Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Comedy of Errors, and today we get to hear from Solinus, who is otherwise known as the Duke of Ephesus, who arrested Aegeon, who's a merchant from Syracuse, because people in Ephesus don't like people from Syracuse, and vice versa, and it's been agreed in both cities that if somebody from one of the cities ends up in the other city, then they get arrested and executed and all of their goods are seized unless they can pay 1,000 marks bail, which sadly Aegeon doesn't have. But before, he's being taken off to be executed, but on the way there, Solinus was like, tell me your story. So we have spent the last couple days listening to Aegeon's story about how he was shipwrecked and separated from his wife and one of his sons and one of his son's servants, and how he spent the last 5 years, because when the kid turned 18, then he wondered where his brother was. Why he didn't wonder where his brother was before then, I don't know. But when he turned 18, he wanted to know where his brother was, so Aegeon set out around the world and had spent the last 5 years trying to find his other son, but has not been able to find him. And he knows that going to Ephesus was a bad idea and he shouldn't go there because he's Syracusan, but he didn't want to leave that stone unturned, so to speak. So he came anyway, and so he finished up his story in yesterday's monologue, and today we get the Duke of Ephesus responding by saying, "Hapless Aegeon, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now, trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul should sue as advocate for thee. But, though thou art adjudged to the death, and past sentence may not be recalled, but to our honor's great disparagement, yet will I favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day to seek thy help by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow to make up the sum, and live. If no, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody." So Solinus is showing here that he has a bit of a heart. He empathizes with Aegeon's tale and the incredible bad luck that he has encountered over and over and over again. And he's like, if it was up to me, I'd let this slide, but it's not entirely up to me. Because he's saying these are the laws and my station, my dignity. If I let this go, then I have to let other things go, and I can't really do that. But what I can do is delay your execution until end of day today. So take today and run around Ephesus and talk to everybody that you know and see if you can raise the 1,000 marks to pay your bail, and then you can live. And if not, at sunset, then you die. And then he sends him off with a jailer, which is interesting. So I guess maybe the jailer has to go with him while he asks for bail money. But anyway, the jailer says, yes, I'll take him. And Aegeon's like, yay, let's just postpone my inevitable death. And that is the end of Act 1, Scene 1, which again, I'm using the air quotes because in this play, Shakespeare delineated the acts, but not the scenes within the acts. But other versions have delineated scenes just for clarity's sake. And in this particular instance, everybody that's on stage leaves and an entirely different group who we're going to get introduced to comes on stage next, so it kind of makes sense for it to be a scene break. So that's where we will stop for today, and I will see you tomorrow when we dig further into this play and start finding out what's going on with these brothers. I'll see you then for that. Mwah.